Hey everyone, welcome to another episode in the Frunk Session series where we gain insight from inside the Tesla community. And today, I think you'll notice I shaved. I have no more beard because the coronavirus epidemic means I have to wear a N95 mask, which has to seal around the skin, and you can't have a beard if you're going to be sealing something onto your skin. So anyway, so I'm shaved. In this episode, you get to meet Mary Roberts of FastEVrides. I'll put it right up here somewhere. Anyway, now I'll have to get creative and we'll have to do some social distancing Frunk sessions. So I have some ideas for that. Might be doing some Zoom, Skype, or something video remotely. Or we may just park in two different Teslas, staying at least 6 feet apart when we have our conversations, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, all right, enjoy this one. Here we go. Hey guys, I'm here in Vancouver, Washington with Mary of, is it FastEVrides?
FastEVrides.
All right, so I came up here to do a contract. I'm meeting more people in the Northwest, and Mary's one of them. And she's
big Tesla fans in the Northwest.
Exactly. Yeah, so I met Mary on Twitter, like most of the people I've met through the Tesla community has been on Twitter. And it's great when you get to meet people in person, so you can know a little bit about them, who they are.
We are real people.
And this is part of my new series of the Frunk Sessions. I think that's what we're going to call it.
Yeah.
And wanted to introduce you to Mary, get to know her a bit. So can you tell us, when did you get your first Tesla?
Yeah. Notice he said my first Tesla.
Yeah.
Because buying them is addictive.
Right.
So I bought the 2016 Model X.
Okay.
We'd been driving. I was a stay-at-home mom. My kids are a little bit older now. But I was a stay-at-home mom. We had a minivan, and it needed, get this, a $3,500 catalytic converter replacement.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You won't need that on a Tesla.
Never. So it needed that, which we ended up replacing because we still needed the van, but I thought, let's start looking at replacing it. And it was a Sienna.
Okay. And
to buy another Sienna, a little bit better than what I had, because you always have to upgrade a little bit, it was $52,000.
Wow.
So my husband, God bless him, he was very supportive, but he said, if we're going to spend that kind of money, we should just get a luxury car. So I still wanted the 7 seats, and so I started looking at 7-seat SUVs. Didn't even know about the Tesla Model X.
How'd you learn about it?
I just started looking around on the internet. I'm like, okay, well, I know about the Audi. The Volvo had just refreshed their car. We always loved the Acura NDX. Those were high on my list. But I thought, well, what am I missing? So I started researching top 10 SUVs, and at that time it was on everybody's #1 list. So I went.
So you learned about it online?
A little bit. And then I went and, of course, visited the showroom and looked at it and was pretty blown away. And then I scheduled the test drive for fun. My husband looked at it on the calendar and said, what is this? We're not going to buy a Tesla. I said, I know. But we're legitimately in the market, so let's look just for fun. And we test drove it. Of course, it was just absolutely mind-blowing. And I had recently been diagnosed with some serious health issues. So I was pretty impressed with the fact that I could drive the car of the future today. Plus, being an engineer, I did all the math on it, and it turned out, not even considering how much longer the car lasts versus combustion engine car, but just the gas savings and the no maintenance, and at the time the tax credit, it was about the same as buying an Acura MDX for what I calculated at the time was about a 200,000 mile lifetime life of the vehicle.
So the main reason was financial. You saw the financial benefit of having an electric
Yeah,
car.
well, definitely the car was very, very attractive, and we felt really good about sustainable energy and no pollution. We felt really good about that, but you know, we're engineers at heart, and the numbers had to make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then at what point did you join Twitter?
I joined
Were you already on Twitter?
I was not. I was not on any social media. I'm a little bit of a slow adapter in that sense. So it's interesting that I was a very early adapter for Tesla. I'm kind of a slow adapter in tech. It took me to the iPhone 4S to get a smartphone, and Twitter was my first social media.
And you got that after you got your Tesla?
I did, because the agreement was, my husband still was not very excited about the car when I bought it. He was a little skeptical, and I just said, well, we're not going to have to take a penny out of the family budget, and I chose to ride share the car to pay for it. And so I opened up an account on Twitter to kind of have some social media exposure to my business, which is FastEVrides. It's always been kind of a hobby business, but
oh, and what do you do with that business?
So I do ride share with Lyft and Uber.
Okay.
And then I do some private rides as well. I have a few local customers.
Oh, I did not know that. You do privately, almost like a limo service or something too.
Yeah, exactly. So
cool. Prom dates and all that stuff too.
Oh my gosh, the young kids just go crazy. So we do proms.
Right, because the Model X too with the Falcon Wing doors.
They just love pulling up to their prom, and the doors go woo.
Right.
And they all scream, and of course the stereo's fantastic. They just jam out on that.
Weddings?
I haven't done a wedding yet. I came close to doing a wedding, and then it didn't work out. But weddings would be a great thing. Wine tours. So we're in Vancouver, Washington. But just south of us is Portland, Oregon, and then just south of Portland is fantastic wine
The whole
country.
Willamette Valley.
The whole Willamette Valley.
Yes. I used to live in Eugene, Oregon, and there's lots of wineries down there.
Yeah, as well as out at Hood River, there's some wineries, and then even further away, Yakima. Lots of good wine around here. So I do that, and then locally, mostly what I do is I do a lot of airport runs. It's hard to get in a suburb like this. It's hard to get very reliable scheduled transportation for an early morning airport. So I pick people up at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Good for you though.
If it's early enough, I can go back to bed.
I'm not a morning person. I'd have to stay up all night.
I'm not either, but I'm very reliable. I just did airport run Thursday morning.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it was my little hobby business, and was paid for the car, and I don't know how much people know about rideshare, but rideshare is a really, really great way to have a little extra cash, help you pay for your car, and then being your own little business, there's so many great deductions that you can take.
You've been on Twitter a couple years then?
Yeah, so I started early 2017, so I guess it's been 3 years.
3 years, okay. And did you immediately get in the Tesla community on Twitter? Is that your first experience?
Not immediately. At first, I tried to keep it local and following what was going on locally. But then, little by little, as my interest and as I would tweet, about Tesla or whatnot, of course, my feed kind of kept.
The algorithms kept you in the Tesla loop.
It's so clever.
And you're stuck, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Like I'm stuck seeing at 28 delays later all the time in my Twitter feed. I gotta break that cycle. I don't know how to do it. So, what's the best and worst things about the Twitter community that you've seen? Not Tesla community, but just being on Twitter and what's going on. Like you got all the people who go shorts and all those.
Yeah, I actually don't. Well, I did get into a little bit of an argument with Russ Mitchell of the LA Times.
You didn't get blocked?
I did not
he
get
block you?
Not by
No?
him. One thing that I found really helpful, and it's really something I kind of dug in. Twitter for me was kind of, it would ebb and flow. And then starting about a year ago, I started looking at it more and more and learning about the Shanghai project that was going on and how quickly it was going to happen.
Right.
And all of these things that we've seen in the last year, were being forecasted a year ago, and the stock price started to go down. And this is where I came to the conclusion that many people did. I'm like, this is really a bargain of a stock. And that's when I started investing. And it's really, it's so beneficial, the information that we get firsthand on Twitter.
Right.
I see news on Twitter first, days before it hits mainstream news, and even days before the market starts to feel it.
And many times you first learn something about Tesla straight from Elon Musk's tweet.
Straight from him.
Because Musk in question, he'll say, sure, let's do that. Whatever it is, that's the first time it's been mentioned. Nobody in Tesla even knows about it.
Yeah.
Like the $5,000 refund. That was like, he just said, okay. He said it like in a tweet. Next thing you know, the people at Tesla were scrambling to try to get a protocol in place, like, okay, how are we going to do this, etc. But yeah, a lot of times you first learn about it there. Like the full self-driving discount as well was on Twitter. It started out $3,000, and within a few hours he knocked it down again to $2,000. And he's just saying this off the top of his head right there on Twitter. So yeah, I think that's the good aspect is you get information right then and there in real time.
Yeah. And then it's helpful. Sometimes some of his tweets, most of them, but I'm like, well, what does that mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? And people who are way smarter than me will provide their analysis, and there'll be a little bit of a consensus, and then it's like, oh, okay, and then you start seeing the stock price go up. Things move.
And stock's down right now because of the whole coronavirus thing. It's across the board, everybody, not just Tesla. But yeah, but for me, Twitter, I like to have fun, and I'm mostly in it for the memes. I
love memes.
I like the humor and the positivity that comes out of it.
Yeah.
And if it's not positive for me, it's not positive interaction, I try to back away. Sometimes I catch myself getting involved in something and saying something back. Then I realize, no, I need to get out of this. So I've even been known to delete tweets. Like, no, I don't want to be a part of that. I need to stay positive. I don't like all that crap.
Well, and
fighting.
I love the problem solving.
Yeah, if it's a constructive conversation.
Yeah, like, this happened to my car. Did anybody else have this?
Exactly,
what did you do?
Exactly.
What do you think of this PPF?
Right. Right.
How do I wash my car with Ceramic Pro? How do I get the incredible foam that Zach does?
Right.
How does that happen?
Right. And Chad does that too.
And Chad.
Yeah, so all I have to do is post that, and they'll respond.
Yeah.
And that's the other cool thing, is it's such a helpful community. And then as I've been traveling, I encounter people like yourself who's so helpful and fun to talk to and hang out with, and help you wash your car, stuff like that. But if you have a question, you just post it up there. Like, I had a question not too long ago, I forgot what it was. I had some errors on my monitor and with the phone or whatever. So anyway, and then all of a sudden people started responding within minutes. And I was able to go in, change some settings, reboot it, restart my phone, and then it came back. But they said, have you tried this? And so people are really quick and they're very, very helpful. So, and I feel like they're pretty sincere, the people in the Tesla community.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we probably need to wrap this up. I've got to get down to Portland for lunch, but thank you for meeting with me.
Thanks for stopping in.
So, and thanks for watching. And maybe I'll make it back here in the summer when that's the best time to be in the Northwest. This is the most beautiful part of the country, of North America.
In the summer.
Is Pacific Northwest in the summer. from here
Or
up
spring.
through British Columbia, Yukon, Alaska. This whole region is amazing this summer. So I need to come back this summer. All right, well, thanks for watching.
All right.
Thanks, Mary.